These hybrid animals showcase the incredible diversity of life and the complex ways genetics can manifest in the animal kingdom. Join me for today's video. I'm exploring 15 of the most unbelievable animal hybrids. Starting with number 15, the Jag Lion. The term Jag Lion merges the names of its parent species, the jaguar and the lion, indicating their lineage. Now, typically, a Jag Lion's father is a jaguar and its mother is a lioness, a configuration crucial to its development. These hybrids are rarely mentioned in historical texts due to the limited number of overlaps of lions and jaguars in the wild, which reduces the chances of natural hybridization. Instances of Jag lions are mainly documented in captivity where human intervention leads to their birth. Now, notably at the Bear Creek Exotic Wildlife Sanctuary in Ontario, Canada, a jaguar and a lioness raised together since cubs produced 2 Jag lion offspring. They inherit a blend of physical traits from both parent species, falling in size between jaguars and a lioness. Their build combines the lion's strength with the jaguar's agility, while their coat typically features rosettes like jaguars, but with a lighter background akin to lions. Eye color too and behavior also reflect a blend of jaguar and lion characteristics. The intentional breeding of Jag lions raises ethical considerations, with concerns about prioritizing appearance over welfare and contributing to their conservation efforts. Scientists study their genetic composition and health risks, while conservationists advocate for directing resources towards preserving purebred species and their habitats in the wild. Number 14, the Wolfin. The first recorded Wolfin was born in a Tokyo SeaWorld in 1981, but survived for only 200 days. In 1985, another female hybrid named Kekaimalu was born from an unexpected pairing between a male false killer whale named Ianui and a female Atlantic bottlenose dolphin named Punahili. Observing Kekaimalu's unusual appearance, John Blanchard, a lecturer at Tokyo SeaWorld, noted her darker coloration and her distinct nose from other dolphins in an interview with the Chicago Tribune in 1986. Though termed a dolphin-whale hybrid, its parentage was technically between 2 distinct species. The false killer whale, despite its name, is classified as a dolphin, making Kekaimalu a genuine hybrid. The birth of such a hybrid was remarkable due to the considerable size difference between the parent species. While bottlenose dolphins average around 6.5 feet in length, male false killer whales can exceed 16 feet in length, indicating a remarkable reproductive feat. Contrary to the belief that different species can't produce fertile offspring, cases like this one challenge that notion. When closely related species share a number of chromosomes, as seen with bottlenose dolphins and false killer whales, successful interbreeding and fertile offspring can happen. Kekaimalu proved herself to be fertile, mating with multiple male bottlenose dolphins and giving birth to at least 3 offspring. Number 13. Zebroid. A zebroid, resulting from the crossbreeding of a zebra with another equine, is a hybrid known since the 19th century, with Charles Darwin documenting several zebra hybrids. These hybrids, often displaying some form of dwarfism, are typically named by combining the sire and dame's names without distinction between zebra species. Among zebra hybrids, the Zorse is notable, arising from a zebra stallion and a horse mare, sometimes referred to as a Zebros, Zebrula, or Zebrul. Conversely, a Hebra or Zebra Hinny emerges from a horse sire and a zebra dame. Despite their striking appearance, Zorses and Hebras are sterile like most animal hybrids. Similarly, a Zoni arises from a zebra stallion and a pony mare, with medium-sized pony mares preferred for riding Zonies. A rarer cross between a zebra and a donkey, known as a Zenki or Zonki, produces hybrids with a dorsal stripe and a ventral stripe, resembling their zebra parent. Zebroids typically exhibit stripes resembling a zebra, but might only cover certain parts of their body, often inheriting patterns from their non-zebra parent. For instance, if the non-zebra parent has a distinct pattern, such as a roan or a piebald, it may pass down to the zebroid. While zebroids are favored over zebras for practical purposes like riding due to their more familiar body shape, they can also inherit wild traits from their zebra parent, making them temperamental and challenging. Additionally, their strength and aggressiveness inherited from zebras contribute to their unpredictable nature. Number 12. Green Sea Slug. So next on the list of hybrid animals is probably the most unusual yet. It's none other than the green sea slug. This is a strange little creature incorporating the genetic material from the algae that it eats into its own DNA. So talk about you are what you eat. It's one of the few animals on Earth with this characteristic and floats about in the oceans looking like a big green plant. But because the slug feeds on plants, it uses photosynthesis to create its own nutrients as well, which is what gives it its bright green color. Scientists have even called it the emerald green Elysium. So instead of being the product of two different animals, the green sea slug is made up of everything everywhere all at once. It's pretty insane and still baffling scientists around the world. Research is still underway as to how the green sea slug is able to do what it does, and as of yet, this amazing slug is the only successful instance of gene transfer from one type of complex organism into another. You'll typically find these guys hanging out in the shallows of tidal or salt marshes and creeks, so the next time you're hanging around in those areas and see some bright green leaves floating about in the water, there's a chance that it's actually a green sea slug hiding in plain sight. Number 11. Zubon. The Zubon, a hybrid of domestic cattle and the European bison, share similarities with the American beefalo. Officially named from a contest organized by a Polish magazine in 1969, these hefty creatures weigh up to 2,600 pounds for males and almost 1,800 pounds for females. Initially created in 1847 by Leopold Walicki, the Zubon was considered a potential replacement for domestic cattle post-World War I due to its durability and disease resistance. However, the breeding program encountered challenges, including economic difficulties and concerns about gene contamination in the endangered Wisent population. Breeding Zubons was continued by the Polish Academy of Sciences until the late 1980s. Despite discontinuation in most areas, a small herd remains in a national park, and reports in 2007 suggest ongoing breeding efforts in Karolu, Greater Poland. Zubons are characterized by their strength and resilience. They require cesarean sections for first-generation births and have infertile males. However, females are fertile and can be crossbred with either parent species, yielding fertile males in subsequent generations. While no longer widely bred, the legacy of the Zubon persists. Number 10. Naruga. The Naruga is a hybrid resulting from the union of a female narwhal and a male beluga whale. It's a fascinating intersection of two closely related cetacean species inhabiting the high Arctic. As the only living members of the family Monodontinae, narwhals and beluga whales share common evolutionary roots, making the concept of hybridization between them both intriguing and scientifically significant. The existence of Narugas had been speculated about for decades before their discovery, with anecdotal accounts and observations hinting at the possibility of such hybrids. However, it wasn't until 2019 that the hybrid genetics of the Naruga were unequivocally confirmed through genome sequencing of a specimen. This groundbreaking revelation shed light on the intricate genetic interplay between narwhals and beluga. Key anatomical features of the Naruga, such as its spiraled teeth reminiscent of a narwhal's tusk and its intermediate tooth count, serve as compelling evidence of its hybrid lineage. Moreover, isotopic analysis has revealed distinct feeding adaptations in Narugas, suggesting a unique benthic foraging strategy characterized by outward-facing teeth in the bottom jaw. This specialized feeding behavior is distinct from both narwhals and beluga whales, and it underscores the adaptive flexibility of hybrid organisms. Despite their phylogenetic proximity and overlapping ranges, narwhals and beluga whales exhibit distinct mating systems and vocalization patterns, potentially influencing the likelihood of hybridization and reproductive viability. However, the last recorded sighting of narwhals and beluga whales coexisting in 2018 highlights the ongoing ecological relevance of studying hybridization dynamics in Arctic cetaceans. In addition to the scientific significance, Narugas also raise important conservation considerations, particularly in the context of climate change-induced habitat alteration. Understanding the ecological implications of hybridization events like those leading to the formation of Narugas is essential for informing conservation strategies aimed at preserving the genetic integrity and ecological resilience of these iconic species. Number 9. Jaguar Bison. The gaur, also known as the Indian bison, it has a regal presence, but it belies a vulnerability that's landed it on the IUCN Red List as a species categorized as vulnerable since 1986. In 2016, estimates placed the global population at a maximum of 21,000 mature individuals, with the majority of them finding refuge within India. A true giant among wild cattle and bovidae, the gaur commands attention with its stature and distinctive features. Adult males, cloaked in dark brown hues bordering on black, display ashy gray tones on the upper head, contrasting with the pale muzzle and pure white or tan lower legs. In contrast, females and young bulls exhibit a lighter, paler appearance, occasionally tinged with a rufous hue, especially in drier and more open habitats. But an unmistakable hallmark of the gaur is its impressive set of horns, which come from the sides of the head, curving gracefully upwards. Between these formidable horns lies a convex ridge on the forehead, adding to the gaur's imposing visage. The horns, with a characteristic elliptical cross-section, are distinctly flattened at the base, gradually curving throughout their length, and may attain lengths ranging from 60 to 115 centimeters, with coloration transitioning from pale green or yellow to black at the tips. Now, beyond its physical appearance, the gaur possess remarkable dimensions, with a head and body length spanning from 250 to 330 centimeters and a shoulder height ranging from 140 to 220. Notably, males outsize their female counterparts, having body masses ranging from 580 to 1,500 kilograms, whereas females typically weigh 440 to about 1,000. Despite its immense size, the gaur exhibits surprising strength and agility, adapting to a range of habitats from dense forests to open grasslands across its native range. Number 8. Geep. A sheep-goat hybrid, colloquially known as a geep or occasionally a shoat, is an offspring resulting from the unlikely pairing of a sheep and a goat. Despite their similarities and the shared pasturing of these animals, sheep and goats belong to two different genera within the subfamily of Caprinae of the family Bovidae. Sheep fall under the genus Ovis with 54 chromosomes, while goats belong to the genus Capra with 60 chromosomes, highlighting genetic disparity between them. Instances of natural mating between sheep and goats leading to viable offspring are exceedingly rare, with most offspring being stillborn due to genetic incompatibility. However, notable cases have been documented showcasing the intriguing outcomes of such unions. In Botswana, a male sheep impregnated a female goat in 2000, resulting in a live male hybrid with 57 chromosomes. This hybrid exhibited a blend of characteristics from both parents, sporting a coarser outer coat, a woolly inner coat, long goat-like legs, and a heavy sheep-like body. Although infertile, the hybrid displayed a remarkable active libido, attempting to mate with both ewes and does. Similar instances have been reported in New Zealand, France, Germany, Ireland, and the Czech Republic, with varying degrees of fertility among the hybrids. In 2018, a farm in Ireland witnessed the rare occurrence of live births of twin geep, further highlighting the unpredictable nature of these hybrid offspring. In May 2021, a healthy doe-ram hybrid was born on a farm in Kentucky, despite complications during labor. Genetic testing confirmed her status as a hybrid with a karyotype of 57XX. Interestingly, sheep-goat chimeras artificially created by combining the embryos of a sheep and a goat have yielded intriguing results. While exhibiting woolly areas of fleece with tufts of goat wool intermingled with sheep wool, these chimeras have raised questions about fertility and genetic composition, adding to the enigma surrounding these extraordinary creatures. Moving on to number 7, Africanized Bee. The Africanized bee, commonly dubbed the killer bee, is a hybrid resulting from the crossbreeding of the western honeybee with the East African lowland honeybee and various European honeybee subspecies. This hybridization occurred primarily to boost honey production, with the East African lowland honeybee introduced to Brazil in 1956 for this purpose. However, in 1957, 26 swarms escaped quarantine, leading to the spread of the aggressive Africanized honeybee throughout South America and eventually into North America by 1985. Notorious for their aggressiveness, Africanized honeybees exhibit swift defensive responses to disturbances, chasing perceived threats for distances of up to 400 meters. Significantly farther than other honeybee varieties. Their formidable defensive behavior has led to numerous human fatalities, with victims often receiving 10 times more stings than that from European honeybees. Additionally, they pose a threat to animals such as horses and have become an infamous invasive species as they spread rapidly throughout the Americas. The introduction of these Africanized honeybees into regions previously inhabited by European honeybees has raised concerns and sparked debates about the potential ecological impacts of human-driven alterations to ecosystems. The first sightings of these Africanized honeybees in the U.S. happened in 1985, and their presence has since expanded, particularly in regions like Texas and California. Now, one notable difference between European and Africanized honeybees lies in their defensiveness, with the latter exhibiting far greater aggression and propensity to attack perceived threats in large swarms. Their venom is similar to that of European honeybees, but due to their tendency to sting in larger numbers, encounters with them can result in more severe reactions. Efforts to manage Africanized honeybee populations involve something called requeening, a practice of replacing older queens with newer ones to prevent hybridization in apiaries. However, the challenges posed by the aggressive behavior and rapid spread of Africanized honeybees continues to necessitate vigilance and proactive measures among beekeepers. Number 6. The Savannah Cat. The Savannah Cat, a striking hybrid breed, originating from the crossbreeding of a serval with the domestic cat in the late 20th century. These hybrids typically exhibit a distinctive appearance characterized by its large size, long legs, and the serval's notable brown-spotted coat and large ears. Notably, F1 and F2 male Savannahs can attain exceptional sizes, with one F2 male setting a world record for the tallest cat in 2016. The appearance of the Savannah Cat is heavily influenced by serval traits, including their unique color markings, erect ears, long bodies and legs, wide noses, and hooded eyes. The distinctive cheetah tear markings running from the eyes down to the whiskers add to their striking appearance. Despite their wild heritage, though, Savannahs exhibit a range of eye colors, from blue in kittens to green, brown, gold, or blended shades in adults. The history of the Savannah breed traces back to the crossbreeding efforts of Judy Frank in 1986, who produced the first Savannah cat named Savannah by crossing a male serval with a Siamese domestic cat. Subsequent breeding efforts led to the development of viable F2 kittens by crossing a Savannah with a Turkish Angora male. The breed standard was established in 1996 by Patrick Kelly and Joy Shrove and was officially recognized by the International Cat Association in 2001. Savannah cats are renowned for their loyalty and their affection toward their owners. They often display dog-like behaviors, such as following their owners around the house and even playing fetch. Additionally, many Savannahs exhibit a fascination with water and may enjoy playing or immersing themselves in it. However, it is essential to note that Savannahs, particularly in the earlier generations, may display undesirable wild or territorial behaviors. Male Savannahs in particular may exhibit aggression and marking tendencies, while litter box training issues are pretty common. Despite these challenges, though, with proper training and socialization, Savannah cats can make loving and devoted companions for experienced owners willing to invest time, effort, and money into their care. Number 5. CoWolf. Hybrids resulting from the interbreeding of wolves and coyotes, often referred to as wolfotes, exhibit a range of characteristics that blend those both parent species. Typically, wolf-coyote hybrids are larger than pure coyotes, but smaller than wolves, showcasing physical features and behaviors that are intermediate between the two. In one captive hybrid experiment, 6 F1 hybrid pups born from a male northwestern gray wolf and a female coyote displayed remarkable differences compared to pure coyote pups shortly after birth. Despite being delivered by a female coyote, the hybrid pups were significantly larger and heavier, indicating the influence of wolf genetics on their size and stature. As they grew, these hybrids exhibited behavioral traits that mirrored both wolves and coyotes. For example, their howls were described as starting off with a deep, strong vocalization similar to gray wolves, but transitioning into a coyote-like high-pitched yipping, showcasing a blend of vocalization patterns. Studies have shown that the eastern wolf-coyote hybrids form more cooperative social groups compared to pure coyotes and are generally less aggressive towards each other during play. Additionally, these hybrids reach sexual maturity at around 2 years of age, which is late in pure coyotes, indicating a mix of developmental traits. Extensive hunting of gray wolves over centuries has contributed to hybridization by reducing number of suitable mates for wolves, allowing coyote genes to infiltrate the wolf population. Concerns have arisen regarding the genetic purity of remaining wolf populations in these areas, as the resulting hybrids may not be suitable substitutes for pure wolves as apex predators due to their smaller size. Despite historical instances, though, of hybridization such as between the Texan coyotes and the Mexican wolves, deliberate captive breeding experiments between pure coyotes and northwestern gray wolves were conducted in 2013 by the U.S. Department of Agriculture Wildlife Services. This experiment aimed to determine whether the sperm of larger gray wolves could fertilize the egg cells of western coyotes, shedding light on the potential for hybridization between these two species in the wild. Number 4. Growler Bear. Grizzly polar bear hybrids, also known as growler bears, pizzly bears, or zebra bears, are rare ursid hybrids that have been observed both in captivity and the wild. The occurrence of these hybrids in nature was confirmed in 2006 when DNA testing was conducted on a unique-looking bear shot near the Sax Harbor, Northwest Territories, on Banks Island in the Canadian Arctic. Since then, the number of confirmed hybrids has risen to 8, all descending from the same female polar bear. Possible instances of wild-bred polar bear grizzly bear hybrids have been reported and shot in the past, although DNA tests weren't available at the time to verify their ancestry. Genetic analysis has revealed multiple cases of introgressive hybridization between bear species, including the introgression of polar bear DNA into brown bears during the Pleistocene era. The occurrence of these hybrids in the wild has sparked various theories about how such hybrids might naturally happen. One theory suggests that as the grizzly population increases, male bears leave their dens sooner, while females stay with their cubs, making female polar bears viable mates for male grizzlies. Another hypothesis proposes that climate change may be a contributing factor, as shorter winters lead to increased movement by grizzlies. The first documented case of a grizzly polar bear hybrid in the wild happened in 2006, when a hunter from Idaho shot the animal near Sachs Harbor. The hybrid exhibited physical traits of both species, with creamy white fur typical of polar bears, along with claws, a humped back, and brown patches around its eyes, nose, back, and foot characteristic of grizzly bears. Subsequent DNA testing confirmed it was a hybrid, with a polar bear mother and a grizzly bear father. Since then, additional hybrids have been discovered, with genetic analysis confirming their hybrid status and family relationships. These hybrids exhibit physical characteristics intermediate between grizzlies and polar bears, such as brown fur on their paws and a mix of other traits from both parents. The presence of grizzly bears in habitats traditionally occupied by polar bears has also raised questions about the changing dynamics of bear populations and their ranges. Grizzly bears have been extending their range eastward towards Hudson Bay and southward towards Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Sightings of grizzly bears in areas frequented by polar bears, such as Wapsuk National Park south of Churchill, Manitoba, highlights the potential overlap and interaction between these two species in response to environmental changes. Number 3. Liger. The liger, a hybrid offspring of a male lion and a tigress, is a unique and fascinating creature in the world of big cats. Unlike the Tigon, which is the opposite hybrid resulting from a male tiger and a lioness, the liger is the largest known extant feline species, exhibiting traits from both parent species. They possess a blend of characteristics from both lions and tigers, making them distinct and intriguing creatures. The history of lion-tiger hybrids dates back to at least the early 19th century in India, with recorded instances of these hybrids being reported and depicted. The name Liger, derived from a combination of lion and tiger, was coined in the 1930s. These hybrids have been exhibited and studied extensively over the years, with several notable cases documented in various zoological collections around the world. Now, ligers typically grow larger than either parent species, with males reaching impressive lengths of up to 9.5 to 11.5 feet. They're often believed to be the largest cats in the world, rivaling even large male lions and tigers in size. Genetic factors, including imprinted genes inherited from both parents, may contribute to that large size. Now, those genes occasionally play a role in issues of hybrid growth, leading to the remarkable size of ligers compared to their parents. They experience rapid growth during their early years and take longer to reach their full adult size compared to lions and tigers. Female ligers also attain significant size and weight, with some individuals weighing over 700 pounds and reaching lengths of up to 10 feet on average. Hercules, recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as the largest living cat on Earth, is a notable example of a liger, weighing an impressive 922 pounds. Other ligers, such as Nook from the Valley of the Kings Animal Sanctuary in Wisconsin, have also reached remarkable sizes, with Nook weighing over 1,200 pounds. Despite their size, though, ligers typically have a life expectancy between 13 to 18 years, although some individuals have been known to live into their 20s. Their unique genetic makeup and large size make them objects of fascination and study in the field of zoology, shedding light on the complex interactions between different species within the animal kingdom. Number 2. A Tigon. Tigons, the hybrid offspring of a male tiger and a lioness, represent a unique intersection of genetics between two closely related but distinct species. Now, unlike ligers, which result from the union of a male lion and a tigress, tigons are relatively lesser known and less common in the world of hybrid big cats. Tigons are believed to number to no more than 100 individuals in existence, largely due to their occurrence in captivity, where the natural habitats of lions and tigers do not overlap. These hybrids inherit growth inhibitors from both parent species, resulting in individuals that typically don't exceed the size of their parents. Male tigons often lack the full mane of a lion but retain some ruff, and their coloring is a blend of characteristics from both lions and tigers. While tigons can lead relatively normal lives, they are unfortunately predisposed to a heightened risk of suffering from various neurological and physical conditions, leading to a shorter lifespan. The genetic distance between lions and tigers, separated by over 6 million years of evolution, poses challenges for hybrid offspring like tigons. These hybrids often exhibit health issues such as neurological conditions, sterility, susceptibility to cancers, and a significantly diminished life expectancy. Despite their rarity, though, historical records suggest that lions and tigers may have interbred in the wild, although this remains a controversial topic. Tigons, while mostly sterile, have occasionally reproduced offspring such as the Tigon, a hybrid of a male lion and a female tigon. The ethical implications of breeding hybrid animals for display and scientific study are a subject of ongoing debate, particularly concerning the welfare of the animals involved and the scientific value that's gained. While tigons may evoke curiosity and interest from the public, their existence raises questions about the ethics of captive breeding programs and the treatment of hybrid animals. Stricter regulations on breeding practices and increased education among visitors are advocated by activists to address the concerns. The debates surrounding the breeding of tigons extend beyond emotional reactions, delving into scientific inquiry and ethical considerations. As researchers explore the boundaries of species classification and evolution, it becomes imperative to navigate the ethical implications of such breeding practices with care and consideration for the welfare of the animals involved. Number 1. Beefalo. Beefalo, a hybrid offspring of domestic cattle and American bison, representing a fascinating intersection of two iconic species cultivated to harness the desirable traits of both for beef production. This unique breed is primarily cattle in genetics and appearance, with varying degrees of bison ancestry, typically defined by the Beefalo Breed Association. Now, the history of Beefalo traces back to the mid-19th century, when intentional crossbreeding efforts began. Early pioneers in this field, such as Robert Wycliffe and Colonel Samuel Bedson, recognized the potential benefits of combining the robustness of bison with the domesticity of cattle. These initial experiments yielded promising results, with hybrids exhibiting traits like enhanced docility, milk production, and fur quality. The journey towards establishing Beefalo as a distinct breed saw significant contributions from individuals like Charles Buffalo Jones, who sought to create animals better suited to endure harsh winters. Mossam Martin Boyd in Canada and Jim Burnett in Montana played pivotal roles in advancing hybrid fertility, paving the way for formation of the Beefalo breed. One of the most remarkable features of the Beefalo meat is its nutritional profile, akin to that of pure bison, boasting lower fat and cholesterol content compared to the conventional beef cattle. This characteristic has been meticulously studied and documented by the U.S. State Department of Agriculture, affirming Beefalo as a healthier alternative in the realm of meat production. However, alongside the commercial benefits of Beefalo, concerns have arisen regarding the impact on bison conservation and the environment. Escaped Beefalo populations, particularly in ecologically sensitive areas like the Grand Canyon National Park, have posed significant challenges, threatening native ecosystems and cultural heritage sites. Efforts to manage and control Beefalo populations have included trapping, culling, and relocation initiatives aimed at mitigating their impact. Despite the commercial utility, the proliferation of Beefalo populations in certain regions underscores the importance of responsible breeding practices and environmental management to minimize adverse ecological consequences. As stewards of these unique hybrids, it's imperative to strike a delicate balance between harnessing their economic potential and preserving the delicate ecological equilibrium of their habitats. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you to our channel members.